And this time round, we are going to bolt the thread to the stringer, the spiral stringer. You see this. This is the stringer, and we have the threads framing into the stringer. So how do we connect them to the stringer is by bolting. So to create bolt position, first of all, you have to mark points like I have created here. But this one is straightforward. As I had done, I did this. I used the same approach by using points. Then I clicked this part and that part to get the midpoint. Then I copied that direction at a distance of 60 meters center to center distances. I can confirm that for you. If I click on that, you can see that is 60. So we have 4 of them there. Now let me just come to view and come to navigate, and I'll rotate this like that. Now the next thing is to place the bolts to connect this thread to the stringer, spiral stringer. Now I'll come to steel, then I'll come to bolt. Then from there, I'm going to pick the parts that I want to bolt together. I want to bolt this member and that member. I'll press my middle button on the mouse and pick the first position here, and press the second position there. And since I had done this on the other side, so this setting is picked as a default. That's why you see all the bolts appearing at the same distances. Now let me switch back to the other side and see what's happening. So the two bolts that are out like this, you can see here, this will be removed once we've done everything. And now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to populate these bolts all the way to the other sides of the thread. Now I'll come to applications and component and double click on the radial array tool there, and I'm going to pick the components I want to array. We need 50 of them, and I'll pick on that. We're still using the riser height. The riser is 175. That remains the same. So I've selected the part I want to copy. Then once I've done so, I'm going to press my middle button on the mouse. Then I'll define the center or the origin. Then I'll zoom out and define my x-axis, and I'll zoom out and define my y-axis like that. Then once I've done so, I'll be able to just give some time to process that information of bolting or bolt placement between this spiral stringer and the threads. So let's just give some time for all those information to be processed. There we are, and if we take a keen look here, and I'll try rotate this, you can see we have the bolts already placed, and this has been placed all the way upward. Just turn this like that. You can see the bolts already placed all around. It is as simple as this, but it's simple if you know the steps to follow and how to approach. If you have a better workflow, everything will be quite simple. Now, don't worry about the extensions of this. We are going to deal with them once we are confident that everything is okay, and we want to explode some parts of them, then edit or detail other parts as an component, not as a group. So you can see we have the bolts in place like that all the way to the top. If I switch back to top view, you can see we have all these in place, all the bolts. You can see all the bolts already in place and uniformly distributed, and this is perfect. And I'll close this because you don't need anything to do with it now. You can see even the bolts at the center here, the bolts are distributed, and this is very interesting, and I think you can try this by yourself. And now if I just double click on the screen here, and just to show you how the elevation will look like, I've just double clicked on the screen, and let me just key in here 180, and let me change this to 0. And if I click modify, click apply, you can see how the elevation will look. This is how the elevation will look. And if I zoom closer, you can see this is our spiral staircase, and this is how it looks. And I've showed you how I've defined the workflow that is applicable, if you want to come up with something similar to this. It's quite easy if you're keen with instruction, if you like instruction, if you love my workflow here. I think you can use the same way to work it out. Now, once I think we're done with the threads here, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'll just try right click and come to explode. So once I explode everything here, let me just give some time to process that information. Everything has been exploded, but we have, yes, everything has been exploded. The reason why I'm exploding it is because when I delete this one here, I will not be able to interfere with the rest. So if I just click that and delete that and delete everything that I don't need here, because the reason why I'm deleting this, because at the bottom end here we'll place a base plate. So when you place base plate, and that thread will be hitting, will even sink on the ground. So it won't make sense at all. So even this handrail, we'll just have to get rid of it. So you find this, the handrail and the post, you have to get rid of them. Now at the bottom end here, what you are going to do here is to bring in a base plate. So let's handle the base plate on a different topic, as a different topic. So I hope up to that moment, up to that stage, I think you've gotten some concept or tips and tricks on how you can come up with a spiral staircase like this. So let's meet then on a different presentation or a topic. I think you've gotten something, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and Morris Nimba, and let's meet then. Bye bye.